I try to use as many fresh fruits and vegetables when I'm making homemade baby food purees as possible, but sometimes don't have any on hand. Still want to make homemade baby food puree. This is a perfect recipe for those times. Edamame. Keep it in the freezer. You always want to keep your freezer stocked with tons and tons of frozen vegetables because they're picked at the peak of perfection. So here I've got a cup of edamame that I've just defrosted, and then I've got some whole milk yogurt. Important to give babies, new eaters, whole milk yogurt. Whole milk is very important. None of the skim or non-fat stuff. And then we're gonna add a little bit of sweetness to this puree. I've got some apricot puree, 2 tablespoons. And all I do to make this is take some apricots like this, dried apricots. I put hot water on them for about 10 or 15 minutes just till they soften up nice and good, and then puree them up. And it turns into this kind of puree. And you can even give this to your baby on top of some plain yogurt just to sweeten it up naturally without any artificial flavors. And then some cumin, half a teaspoon of cumin. This is one that's, all kinds of cool flavors in here. The edamame, so you get the bean, the creaminess of the yogurt, the apricot for sweetness, and that cumin that just gives it some nice zip, because we want babies to learn to love the natural flavors of foods without any additional salt. So the cumin adds a ton of flavor. And just got it here, my baby bullet, I'm gonna puree it up. Now you can see it's a little bit solid because we only have the yogurt as our thinner. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of water to thin it up a little bit. Just take your spatula, important tool for making homemade baby food puree, and I can already see it's still a little bit thick, so I'm gonna add some more cool water. You could also use breast milk or formula. And that's it. In seconds you have this creamy puree that I gotta taste. I mean, it's amazing how all the flavors play on each other. If you want to get your baby excited about homemade food, this is the kind of recipe you want to try. For more fast, fresh, and easy recipes like this and more, check out Weelicious.com.